Okay, and I'm back for a closer look at setting with my kind of elementary little sketching of my trees and my forest here. All right, so setting is time plus place equals setting. So I put it A plus B equals C for those of you who like to think mathematically. All right, so basically when and where a story takes place is the setting. Okay, and so like I explained in the previous video, the setting is very important to running out of time because it is actually taken place, or what the characters seem, or from the characters' perspective, it's taken place in two different time periods, the 1800s as well as 1996. All right, so that's why I said early on that the setting is very important to running out of time. All right, so a lot of times in elementary school, you might a lot of kids have that misconception that the setting, oh, that's the place that the story takes place or that the story happens in, but we can't forget the time period. And now sometimes, like when we were learning genres, when we were talking about traditional fiction all happens long ago. Okay, so not a particular time period, but we just know it happens long ago, and then oftentimes then the place is, you know, in the forest, in a castle, those kinds of things, depending on the subgenre of the story. All right, but when we're talking about modern fiction, we're talking about the time period being, you know, in realistic fiction, like The Tiger Rising, it seemed like it was just happening right now. So we didn't have a particular date. So don't get confused in thinking that time means a specific date. Not necessarily. Like in The Tiger Rising, we didn't have a specific date of when that story was occurring. So we would just look at that as, oh, it's happening in present day. And that's what helped us to actually identify that that story is realistic fiction, because realistic fiction could happen in any time setting. All right, and then when we looked at the place, of course, we did know the names of you know, some towns in Florida. We heard Jacksonville, which of course Jacksonville, Florida is a real place. Then Lister, I believe, is a made-up city in Florida. But nonetheless, we had a name of a place. So time plus place is what equals our setting. Okay, so thanks for watching, and hopefully you got something out of this quick review of setting, and we will move on to our conflict next. Thanks.